Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devin O'Day. Glad to have you here. Hope that you can hear okay and see okay. We are having some internet issues around town today that I've heard about. A lot of people are complaining about how slow things are, and we are no exception. Glad that you're here, though. And whether you're on the replay or whatever, we love for you to interact with us. Tell us where you're viewing. First of all, this weekend was crazy traffic in Nashville. The Preds had their first day game of the season. It was raining downtown. It was a madhouse. Just want to let you know that don't put gasoline on that fire.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
Les Miserables, still the world's most popular musical. Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables.
January 10th through 15th at Tennessee Performing Arts Center. Tickets available at tpac.org today.
I love checking in and tell you what's going on in Nashville. Lots of fun things. We got Perry Armstrong checking in. Rugby, North Dakota, winter storm watch through Thursday, 6 to 10 inches of snow. God bless you, Perry. I hope you got plenty of firewood, as they say, where I'm from. Elizabeth, good morning to you and happy Monday. Oh, and I will tell you, I got to see Les Miserables at TPAC back when Gary Morris played the lead roles of Jean Valjean, and was just incredible. And a belated happy birthday to Gary. How we would love to visit Nashville. Well, I would love to have you visit Nashville too. Glad to have you. Any of you guys who want to come and visit Nashville, got to meet some friends at the holiday handmade market this weekend. So much fun. So much fun. You know, there are a lot of holidays that are really tough for a lot of people. And this interview was actually aired on Friday, but we had a little issue that came up. So I'm going to re-air it again. It's with my friend Gene, and he is from the Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge, located in Murfreesboro, Clarksville. And we are here. Gene Garcia is here from an important organization this time of year. I don't know why it is, Gene, but this time of year is very challenging. Not, no pun intended, for dealing with substance abuse. I don't know whether it's family trauma or whether it's loneliness. There's a lot of things that make people use during this time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, as you're talking about that, I'm being brought back to a place mentally when I used to be a heroin addict, and I remember having my hoodie over my head and laying on a friend's couch and just laying there, coming off the drugs and waiting for something to come through so I could get over that horrible, horrible, dope, sick feeling from the heroin. And then once you get it, it doesn't get you to where you quote unquote thought you ought to be. And then you say, well, you know what? I just don't want to be around nobody. For me, that's how it was. You know, I didn't want to be around nobody. I remember we went to a CVS and he was buying some things, the friend I was with, and he invited me to go with him to his family's. I think it was either Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. I'm like, man, I just don't want to. I was just so full of guilt and shame, and I just don't want to be around anybody.
Well, that is what happens in our world right now, because dope sick is, whether it's dope sick or it's alcohol sick, it's sick. And that's what we have to understand, is that if you are suffering or someone in your family is suffering, when you say someone is sick, there usually means there's a treatment. You get treated for those things. And that is what happens at Adult and Teen Challenge. Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge takes the sick individual and works on the spirit of that sickness and works on the healing one day at a time, getting back into a life. And that's what you're doing every day with people, right?
Absolutely. We're showing them just because you're having a bad day don't mean to go do bad things. Just because you feel a certain way, that's not who you are. That's not your identity. Don't get wrapped up in it. So pretty much teaching them life coping skills with biblical principles. Like I mentioned plenty of times, I went through the program. So I encourage you, whoever's listening, if you're a family member and you have someone who's addicted to drugs, call. You got nothing at all to lose. Even if you're listening and you don't feel like you want help or you're not sure about the help and you're teetering, you're on the fence, call anyway. I love to share with you my story and to encourage you.
And the thing that is really important to note about Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge is that a lot of people don't call because they have in their mind recovery is so expensive, I can't do it. But there are ways to use this recovery program that is affordable. It is an investment in yourself, but it is affordable. Let me say this, it is affordable. And that's the most important thing that you can know about this particular program, isn't it, Gene?
Yes, and even if they're on calls and they're serious and they really want help, and there ain't no way they could pay for it, well, then I'm going to make a way to try to help them get into the program at no cost. So, obviously we can't do that for everybody, but, I don't want to turn anyone down because, they can't afford it. Me, myself, I went through the program with a dirty bag of laundry, no money, and God made a way. So I have a heart for that.
Well, it's the heart that speaks when it comes to Heartland Adult and Teen Challenge. The number is a toll-free number wherever you are. If you can get to Tennessee, Memphis, Clarksville, Murfreesboro, there is a program that can help you. And if you are serious and you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, 833-462-8286. That's 833-462-8286. It starts with a phone call, doesn't it? That's it.
Absolutely. I think it was one of the best phone calls I ever made in my life. I never forgot. I had to keep calling because they were just seeing how serious I was. But I thank God for my persistence, and I kept on pressing in. And also, too, if someone's incarcerated, no matter where they are, still contact this family member and we could possibly help them and they could possibly get court order to the program.
That's incredible. That is incredible. If you would like Gene to come and speak at your group, at your church, or there's some people that need some help, Gene, you go out and actually talk to people and tell them about the program, don't you, from time to time?
Oh, absolutely. I speak at church services, jails, you name it. I want to be where the hurting people are at, to encourage them and give them hope and let the light of Christ shine through me. Because I remember what it was, when I was surrounded by a bunch of people who were just stealing my hope, and they had me actually, believe in a lie. So I believed that I couldn't get out of that lifestyle due to the people that were surrounding me and the false things they were telling me. So.
But we know there is hope every day, and there's hope in Jesus, and there's hope when you call and make that step. You got to get out of the boat. Peter didn't know he could walk on water until he got out of the boat. You got to get out of the boat. 833-462-8286. That's 833-462-8286. And a big shout out to Experience Church in Murfreesboro, who makes this segment possible. The Hope Show, it's a place where everybody finds hope. Isn't that true?
That's the truth. And don't forget, viewers, call.
Yeah. I love it. Pick up that 800-pound phone. It's a heavy thing, but you know what? The load can be lightened every day. Thank you so much, Gene. We so appreciate you. And I want to hear you when you're close to me. I want to know, because I want to come hear you speak.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much, Devin.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. after sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
I'm going back. I'm going back this month because I could only see half of it. It was so cold the last time I went. If you get one of those silver admissions, oh my gosh, it's so incredible. Hey, maybe we'll tell you a little bit more about that later in the show, depending on time. But a big shout out to Leslie, who just joined us. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My little sister Faith is watching. Y'all, did y'all see her? She joined me on Devin's Table. If you haven't seen this week's episode, just scroll down wherever you're watching this and you'll see Devin's Table. And it is episode 11, I think. And we talked about how to safely open sparkling wine. Our sponsor is Amber Falls Winery, and they have a wonderful sparkling wine. And even if you're doing a non-alcoholic version of that, you still need to know how to open bubbly bottles if you're going to celebrate. And we tell you a safe way to do that. Sylvia has all sorts of wonderful things. Plus, you get to see the HGTV house in Nashville that you can register for. Corinne is with us. Hi, Corinne. Good to see you. Good to see you. And bless you, Elizabeth. Asking for help was the hardest and best calls I've ever made. I just love you to pieces, girl. And I'm glad you made that call, and glad we're all friends here. And Franktown is a wonderful place. And I don't know if you know about Franktown Open Hearts, but they're an organization that helps kids in need in Franklin. And there are kids in need in Franklin. And sometimes we're in the presence of the most opulent and don't realize that there are kids in need right there next door, walking down the street.
Ring in the holiday season at the annual Franktown Festival of Lights. Sing along to some of your favorite Christmas classics while enjoying over 200 unique light displays. Plan your visit today for some festive family fun. Tickets are on sale now at franktownlights.com. All proceeds benefit Franktown Open Hearts.
Black beans. Before that, they were seasoned with salt and citrus. Earlier, the beans got hot on the stove. Before that, 15 hours of soaking, doubling in size. They had been packed. After being dried, after being blown by air, after being washed, after being salted for size, after being cleaned, after being picked, after drying in the field, after growing inside their pod. These bean plants are just 3 weeks old. They grow fast. 120,000 plants on an acre of soil. Everbest Organics supplies 44,000 pounds of beans to Chipotle every month. Everbest is run by these men, whose father is Jim Sattleberg, who is a third-generation bean farmer.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
Jim's been helping his father since the age of 5.
Now we're processing 30 million pounds of beans a year.
Michigan is one of the main bean-producing states in the USA. The whole world produces nearly 48 billion pounds of beans every year. Eons ago, the common bean was domesticated in Central America. Over time, the black bean has been called a lot of different names, like the black turtle bean,
Domino, Zorro, Black Magic,
Nighthawk,
Condor, T-39, Valentine. Valentine?
whatever you call them, I want them for lunch.
And we're getting a new Chipotle in Lebanon, Tennessee. Just wanted to let you know that as our friends at Chipotle bring in new locations all around, a lot of people are asking, what is that going in next to Whataburger? It's a Chipotle. There you go. If you're going to be traveling this holiday season in the Tennessee area, you might understand there is a phrase that we're learning and hearing more and more about. It's called Smart Corridor. What is it and how does it affect I-24?
The I-24 Smart Corridor implements a combination of ITS upgrades and active traffic management. And as the project nears completion, we wanted to explain how those high-tech solutions will make your commute safer and more reliable. Upgrades to the ITS or Intelligent Transportation Systems include Bluetooth-enabled technology, which will allow your vehicle to communicate with the roadside units along the corridor. The units detect things like how congested a particular area may be and what speed the vehicles in that area are traveling. That information is then sent to our Traffic Management Center so that our TMC staff can use the newly constructed lane control signs to alert other drivers of the incidents ahead. The TMC staff uses our SmartWay software to send the appropriate lane control signs and messages to the dynamic message signs over the lanes and along the side of the interstate. SmartWay radar detection units along the corridor will measure the necessary speed limit based on current speed conditions in the area. That variable speed limit is then posted to the overhead signs. Other improvements include upgraded radar and video detection at traffic signals along the nearly 60 miles of connector routes to US 41 State Route 1. So when additional traffic floods the arterial connectors to avoid an issue on the interstate, the upgraded signal timing will allow traffic to flow more smoothly across several jurisdictions. It's all being done with the goal of improving safety and travel time reliability on the corridor, which wouldn't be possible without the collaboration of our many partnering agencies. System testing will begin this winter. You could see a series of test images or messages on the lane control system, but the system won't be live until early 2023.
One thing we pride ourselves on is the kindness of Southern courtesy. When you travel through Tennessee and Georgia during the holiday season, you can expect to be welcomed with open arms, a good time, and plenty of food.
We love having visitors travel through our states. We also love keeping our roadways safe. So as you pass through, just remember to show courtesy too.
Use your turn signals so other drivers can navigate safely around you.
Don't tailgate. Tailgating is aggressive driving. Instead, allow other vehicles the space of one car length to create a safe stopping distance.
Use lane courtesy, which means to drive right and pass left. You'll get better gas mileage and arrive to your destination faster.
When other drivers need to get over, let them pass. Use eye contact and be attentive.
Don't text and drive. Keep your phone down and head up.
Look for pedestrians, especially at crosswalks and busy intersections.
Never drink and drive, and always buckle up.
If you see emergency vehicles or anyone distressed on the side of the road, slow down and move over. They will appreciate it.
And finally, when someone else is kind to you, make sure to pay it forward.
Y'all, I love that message from our Tennessee Department of Highway Safety office. They are so good at what they do. And that kind of encapsulates what it is to drive anywhere, but especially if you're going to be in Tennessee, that's just kind of some of those things that you might not know, like the move over law. It's very important and it's very helpful. And Faith, we did have fun, didn't we, honey? We literally had so much fun with Sylvia Gagnier, our new official sister, and Faith recorded some shows with us for Devon's Table, and we've got those coming up this month, so hopefully you'll get to see a part of it, plus some really cool recipes that we shared and some very cool visits with Black Diamond Culinary. Steve Burney is with us today saying hi from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. I met somebody from Mount Juliet, Tennessee that we're talking about on one of our future shows. She made Jillicious Fudge. And Jillicious is the kind of, her name is Jill. And she's the coolest thing. I met she and a friend of hers, and it was so good. Mona Bagsby. Hello. If y'all want to make sure that we talk about something on this show, get in touch with Mona. She can help you. Mona M. Bagsby at mainstreetmediatn.com. It's so funny. So can tell you your sisters, your mannerisms mirror each other. I know. You cannot get far from the tree, and you didn't get to meet the tree. She wasn't on the show. She said she had other things she wanted to do, but Mama Pat was cooking pies this weekend, and maybe we can have her doing some things on future Devin's Table shows. Hey, if you guys need a job, listen up. This one's hiring right now. Lebanon, Tennessee, Walmart Distribution Center. Great perks. Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
My future restaurant is looking like chandeliers on top of the ceilings, booth tables, me cooking in front of people. This isn't my dream. This is my life, and I'm going to make something of it for me and my son.
My name is Raven Starks. I am a family coach at the Martha O'Brien Center under the Family Success Network, helping families to succeed in whatever it is that they want to do and whatever it is they want to achieve.
Miss Raven seen that I was trying to get myself together and that I had goals that I wanted to accomplish for me and my son.
So something that we like to do here at the Martha O'Brien Center is something called a do with philosophy. We like the client to be like the head of the table. Case management is like, I'm telling you what to do, I'm telling you where to go, this is where you're going. And that doesn't really feel empowering to the person. It kind of feels like belittling, as if we're treating adults like children.
What I've learned over the years as a physician is that the dictation to a patient sitting in the office of what to do just doesn't work. And what does work is to involve them and learn what their expectations are and let them make the decisions of what they want to do.
When Deanna first came to the Martha O'Brien Center, she was telling me how she went to a school and she thought she had obtained her high school diploma, but come to find out it wasn't accredited.
She said I have to get my GED, so that's how the Martha O'Brien came about.
We started talking about her goals. She told me that she was very interested in becoming a chef and going to culinary school.
Aiden, would you like to help me throw them in the pot?
So I was really inspired by that because it was like she has a goal of continuing her education and making a career and possibly a business for herself too.
Whoa! She asked me if I need anything for the house. She was kind enough to give me some brand new kitchen utensils, and I said, yeah, this helps.
It was just barrier after barrier, but we finally crossed all of those barriers.
As far as my GED, trying to finish with that so that I can move on to Nashville State to go to the Rayburn Institute.
It's not just getting a job. It's not just putting food on the table. It's not just a roof over the head. But Martha O'Brien does all of that and looks at the individual in a holistic way, as a whole person. And that is what we know works.
Mama, I'm gonna cook. Look, it's cool.
Financially, right now, it's tough. It's hard right now. I keep Aiden positive by not allowing him to do the things that he sees. Just because we live in this environment doesn't mean we have to adapt to it in any kind of way. I look at it as my stepping stone.
The clients that we serve, a lot of the times when they come into the Martha O'Brien Center, they kind of feel as though they're hopeless and they don't know how to get out of this situation, as if it's a never-ending cycle. And so we always want to push our clients to do more and to be greater and to have a career and something that will last. And that's something that they want to do anyway.
You have to just go for it and go for what you asked for. Go for your dreams, your goals, and don't stop until you've gotten to where you want to be in life. That's at the top.
They're going to be chefs, they're going to be business owners in Nashville, they're going to be people who has a story to tell and something that's very important and passionate to them.
I think people should invest in me because, like I said, I'm dedicated, I'm hardworking. When I'm setting out to do something, I don't give up until it's finished. I think I have a lot to offer.
Martha O'Brien measures everything that they do and celebrates and continues to invest in what is working in terms of lifting people up to live better lives, more fulfilling lives. And that's what provides this sort of substance of being a great institution that's important to the overall well-being of Nashville, to Middle Tennessee, and indeed to the country as they look at Martha O'Brien as a model.
Martha O'Brien's Innovative Family Success Network empowers clients through adult education and college access, career discernment and placement, entrepreneurial training, financial coaching, child care and preschool services, and family and mental health counseling. The Martha O'Brien Center is one of only 5 nonprofits selected nationally by the Kresge Foundation as Next Generation Leading Edge organizations. For every $1 donated to the Martha O'Brien Center, Nashville receives $13 back in taxpayer savings and direct support.
I will be blessed with having my own restaurant with a lot of people and great food. Great food and great vibes, positive vibes.
Well, a lot of people checking in. Elizabeth, I hope you have a beautiful day to enjoy. She works at home and joins us every day for her coffee break. And Faith, I knew you would love that story. I was wondering if you were watching it. I knew you would love it. And a shout out to our colleague here at Main Street. George Plaster raised a bunch of money with his celebrity bowling night at Strike and Spare in Hermitage, Tennessee. Around $15,000 went to local charities and children's charities, and the kids where Martha O'Brien got to go and bowl. A great party. Michelle, good to have you here today. And Garrett Walker down in Texas. Love you. And Miss Patsy, I just love you both so much. Glad that you guys are with me. Be safe, everybody, and be kind. But remember that you are loved, because it makes you do things differently, doesn't it? Have a great rest of your day.
We are home, we are family, we are things to do and places to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.